Hi, readers. Today I'm sharing with you The Strange True Tale of the Frankenstein's creator, Mary Shelley, by Catherine Reef. Now, this was a fascinating biography about Mary Shelley, who is most well known for writing Frankenstein, which is sort of thought of as the birth of science fiction, but also just like the rest of her life. Like, she was a really prolific writer that I didn't know a lot about. She was born very young to her, and her mother, who was a famous feminist, died when she was young, and she was raised by her father, who, when she was first born, had sort of like anarchistic sort of type ideas. You know, he believed didn't believe that like government should be able to have such a huge say in life, was very anti-Christian or anti-religious at the time. So she grew up with like different ideas of society around her. When she was really, really young, she ended up eloping off with the famous writer Percy Shelley, who's a famous poet. And her family did not really look favorably upon the marriage and like kind of outcast her for a while. So Percy Shelley was like this very, he was a romantic poet, but he was also like a romantic soul. He had like these ideas of like wandering, and he wanted to travel and do all these things. He was always living outside his budget. He was due a big inheritance from his father, but he was not living up to his father's expectations, so was like constantly getting cut off from the money. When the two of them met, he was actually married and had kids with another woman, and they sort of like ran off together, and didn't end up marrying until his previous wife died. So the two of them have sort of this vagabond lifestyle. Her stepsister was a very close companion, and the three of them sort of traveled all the time together. Now, poor Mary Shelley, she had really a grief-stricken life. She lost, I think, 3 children in the span of like 4 or 5 years. She had a lot of close family members and friends who passed on, and her husband, who she was devoted to, Percy Shelley, died early on as well. So this book is looking at her life from, birth to death. She was, like I said, wrote a lot more than just Frankenstein, even though that's what she's most known for. And it really sets like her whole life in context and her writing in context. So I just thought it was really well done. I was fascinated by this biography, and I recommend you pick it up. Enjoy.